So what we're looking at is working with Stanford to figure out ways that if the development proceeds, it can have as little impact as possible. Perhaps providing some housing on the campus in the Stanford area. Maybe working with Palo Alto for a no-net new car trips in the region. It'd be very difficult to do that just in that one area. But working with Palo Alto, we know they have the best transportation demand management program probably in the country, and we can learn a lot from them. We could use their help. With the Stanford Shopping Center, it's an interesting issue because we're looking at the potential for $2.3 million in sales tax revenue per year, very enticing, and possibly $1.1 million in the hotel tax. So that's $3.4 million that could come to the city. The challenge is that with the shopping center, there would be 389 jobs created, low-wage jobs, that are 50% below the average median income. So those people could not afford to live in Palo Alto without assistance. And we found that when we provide affordable housing, it takes a subsidy of about $500,000 from the city. So we have to be very careful. We can't just let the promise of additional revenue blind us to the fact that there are possible costs as well. So that's going to be a challenging issue for us. The other issue I wanted to mention was high-speed rail. And we had a very full crowd last week, a lot of people very concerned. The City Council did endorse 1A, the high-speed rail bond in November. High-speed trains use 1/3 of the energy of airplanes and 1/5 the energy of automobiles. The system, if it's completed, is projected to keep 12.7 million barrels of oil, save 12.7 million barrels of oil, and keep 12 billion pounds of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere by 2030. And also the threat of expanding the airports into the bay, which we faced a few years ago, would go away. So there's a lot of good reasons for high-speed rail, but at the same time, there's a lot of concern in the community. We'll bifurcate our community. We'll create an east part of Palo Alto and west part of Palo Alto. What will be the effect of property values in that area? Will people lose their property? So we're looking at all the different options, and we will weigh in on this. One option is a tunnel. Very expensive to bore a tunnel underground, but it could free up the land where the current tracks are for potential development. Again, very controversial. When you talk about adding housing and other things, there's always going to be a pushback. But that's something that we might need to look at. Another alternative is supporting high-speed rail coming to San Jose and then slowing down to baby bullet speeds going up to San Francisco. That will have some impacts on the community. More trains coming through could have an impact on the traffic, but that's something that we will be looking at. And by the way, it's not our decision, but we will be weighing in on it. The last of our priorities for the year is civic engagement for the common good. And for me, this is really exciting because there's no way we are going to change the course of this city without an engaged citizenry. We have tremendous challenges ahead, but our biggest strength is the intellectual capital we have here. Home to Stanford University, to high-tech companies, green tech, and people who really get engaged. And I'm reminded of a time back in 2000 with the general use permit for Stanford. And Joe Simidian was our county supervisor at the time. He arranged to have one of the meetings here in Palo Alto. And it was so that his colleagues could see just how engaged Palo Alto was. Because in other parts of the county, you know, they get 2 or 3 people there as a crowd. Here, having 50 people on an issue is somewhat common. The chambers were packed. We kept them here till about 1 o'clock at night. And they realized, wow, Joe faces a different citizenry than we do. I can see why he really wants to get it right. And that's a good thing. An engaged citizenry who can help us with all the challenges ahead is imperative for the future. We've had some wonderful people helping us with our website. We got some criticism from that a couple of years ago. Great team of community members, perfect project for Palo Alto, making the website so much better. I'm actually hearing compliments about it now, which is very, very nice. A lot of people are already engaged, volunteering for the PTA, for a nonprofit organization, neighborhood association, service organization, maybe a city commission or a task force. That's great. We need to encourage more people to get involved. We have the Community Environmental Action Partnership. We're about to celebrate the 1-year anniversary. This is a group that's doing outreach to all sectors of the community, to neighborhoods, to faith-based groups, to businesses, schools, engaging nonprofits, engaging the city, encouraging all the action that we need to see in Palo Alto, taking advantage of the great programs that Palo Alto has. One of the groups is focusing on business, and Jim Bear and Mark Saban here are working on the Wave 1 project with the goal of enlisting 250 small businesses to all become certified green businesses, to all purchase Palo Alto Green Energy, and to reduce their energy and water consumption by 20%. So tremendous project, and it's going to motivate so many other communities and the businesses. One of the exciting things they're doing is they're renovating or retrofitting Anna Eshu's office. And it's going to be state-of-the-art green building. It's going to be the greenest office building of any representative. And we're hoping there will be a tour of that after our Earth Day event, which is Saturday, April 18th from 10 to 2 p.m. at Lucy Stern Community Center. Also wanted to mention the Community Block Preparedness Program. I see Annette is here and Sherry, who have been real leaders in that. And that's engaging every neighborhood in Palo Alto in preparing for emergencies. And we know it's not if, but when the next earthquake hits. And a lot of the services we expect from the city might not be available. So we really have to work together as neighbors and as a community. And there was a wonderful event about a month ago, the Red and Green outreach event, where those folks focusing on emergency preparedness got together with the environmental community, represented by Actera and McKeep, and the city of Palo Alto was involved with that. We had over 150 volunteers on a Saturday morning. We delivered literature on emergency preparedness and green initiatives and how people could get involved to 3/4 of Palo Alto residences. And that was a fantastic day. I just felt so proud of Palo Alto for rising to that challenge. So I just want to end by saying we face great challenges, no doubt about it, but there are also tremendous opportunities. I look forward to working with all of you to make Palo Alto the leader that the whole world is waiting for. Thank you very much for being here.